The most common question that actually comes up is, asking that, am I too late, right? Hi guys, and welcome to Mentome's YouTube channel. My name is Alan Arvindan, and today we're going to be discussing a very important topic. Mostly, this is the kind of question that keeps on coming from students. The most common question that actually comes up is, asking that, am I too late, right? And this "am I too late" question is, or you can probably categorize into four basic quadrants, right? So, starting with whenever I go to graduation colleges, also when people are just pursuing their commerce degrees, that time also there is a perception that maybe I'm too late for internships, maybe I'm too late for a job. Second is, you will see a lot of MBA colleges students, probably in their final year, very close to their placement times, also having this perception that maybe I am too late for getting into investment banking. Then you've got people who have got into work life, 2 to 3 years of experience, and realizing that probably this is not the kind of career that I wanted, also thinking that maybe am I too late. And finally there are people who, after maybe 10 20 years, realize that probably they want to get into finance. So I'm going to answer this all of these questions once and for all, so that this query is never raised up again, right? So first, let's try to understand whenever we are saying undergraduate late, right? First of all, at an undergrad level, even if you are in your final year of your graduation and you have probably not utilized your time very well in the first 2 years of your college, you are not late, right? Because you are just maybe what, 21 years old, and you have your entire life ahead of you, and you can very well skip the certifications and the courses which probably you've not done. You can, and you can very well start off now and still get into finance or investment banking, right? Let's say you are in your final year of your graduation and you feel that somewhere you have not prepared enough. My suggestion is to take some of the certifications which probably can help you now to counter the kind of time which you have probably wasted, or probably you didn't realize, or your eyes opened now, like financial modeling, right? First, starting with practical courses, so that you get a hold of what how it really works, instead of doing qualifications, right? Because I would not really suggest qualifications before getting your hands dirty, because later on you might realize that, because see, at the end of the day, qualification is exams, and exams have initially, obviously, when we are doing the qualification, we realize that, okay, probably this is the field that I want to get into. But as soon as the practical side of things start coming, we realize that probably it is not my cup of tea. So doing financial modeling would give you a overview of how this industry works, and whether you have the aptitude and the interest to pursue this field, right? Second is the post graduation dilemma in the final year. And specifically, there are students who probably in the summer internship did not get an investment bank, or did not get into equity research, etc., etc. Not a problem still, although it would have been better if you had got some summer internship. But you could very well, maybe you have got into a wrong college which does not have a lot of finance companies. And we get a lot of students like that who come from various colleges, tier 1, tier 2. Sometimes they get into construction management, and now they want to get into finance. So that is still possible. You can again get your skills in place. And also, if you think that because of your background you're getting rejected, there is always a chance to build that background by doing courses like CFA level 1, level 2, which will again get the perception of the industry, stating that, okay, this guy is really serious about finance. So in terms of postgraduate, I really don't see people being too late. And if you see in the other slide, I've shown you the kind of students who have come from the same backgrounds and the same problems as yours, but they've managed to get into investment banking and equity research very easily, right? Obviously, the condition is that the course is not what makes you eligible for the industry. It is the skills which you develop in the course which gets tested by the industry, and because of which you enter the industry, right? Now, 2 to 3 years of experience, now this is a lot of experienced candidates also do join our courses, majorly because they realized that they didn't want to do sales, or they got into sales but they realized they didn't want to do sales, or they got into marketing, they realized they didn't want to do marketing, or sometimes they get into very operation kind of jobs like accounts payables, receivables, reporting, etc., and then they want to get into core supposedly core roles, which are investment banking, equity research. Now, 2 to 3 years time, generally in the industry we discuss, if once you also become experienced, you will probably discuss the same, is that the first 5 years of you working in any industry, you're you're absolutely like a fresher, even if you have 5 years of experience, because not everybody, rarely have I seen that people actually are in the field that they wanted to be from day one, right? So there's a lot of soul searching which happens for the first 3 years. So you can't really expect, a guy fresh from college to be in the right job, right? So given that, the industry does not really penalize you, stating that okay, 2 to 3 years you were in this industry, right? However, the 2 to 3 years experience candidate. Now I'm going to talk a little more on 2 to 3 years experience, because it's very important, because a lot of questions tend to come not just from the fact that you can shift or not, but also from the fact that now, if I shift into research, then I will get lower package, right? Which is true in some extent. There is a little bit of sacrifice which has to be done in every area. So for example, if you're already reached, let's say, 7 lakhs package in, let's say, an operations kind of a role, and now when you go into equity research, maybe they offer you 6, but that's kind of a compromise you have to do if you are really passionate about finance, right? A little bit of adjustment will have to be done. A little bit of adjustment, obviously, even the industry does, right? Even the industry knows that okay, you are already earning this much, you are a good candidate, you have done you've done qualifications, you are showing the interest to get into finance, so even they will adjust, and also you can target companies which probably are going to meet your expectation in terms, or match up the kind of salary that you are expecting. And also there are a lot of companies which, irrespective of your profile, right, even if they give you the package, your work will still be elementary at the start, right? So 2 to 3 years experience, yes, to a certain extent you are late and still manage to get into investment banking. And they don't have very fancy profiles, they are very common profiles. It's just that they were very interested, so they did a lot of qualifications, certifications, and majorly the interest, the class work. If you're very late, let's say you're 5 years late into the industry, you always have an option to do a premium MBA program, right? And that's what the MBA program is meant for, to wipe out, clean, delete, control shift delete on what has happened till date, and fresh start from there. And provided that that college would probably be specializing in finance, you can get a restart in a senior level position in finance. So that's again one of the options. So it's never too late, even until 5 to 6 years experience, because all those experience will definitely count in terms of having some domain, right? So if, let's say, I was in IT for 5 years, and now I realized that I wanted to get into investment banking. So, you know, the 5 years of IT experience helps me in terms of domain to probably analyze IT stocks, right? Similarly, people coming from pharmaceutical background might have the domain to understand, let's say, biotechnology stocks, right? So nothing is really waste, but of course, the means to correct this is what I said, right? There you could there are companies who would take experienced candidates as well, and if nothing is an option, then obviously you can also go through the MBA route, right? And finally, we let's talk about the decade late question, right? Now, usually this happens when the soul searching happens very late, or the person has you know earned his salary, earned his savings, and now wants to do things which he likes. I've rarely seen the placements at this level happening very easily, but this does happen at a business level. So if, let's say, you come and at a CEO level or a CXO level as a CFO, because there are a lot of functions in investment banks which obviously are not just limited to just research and analysis. There are a lot of work which is related to just managing the business, getting the deals, etc. So obviously MBA is not the right route, but even if that is the true, that is the way it has to be, or let's say you still want to get into finance, it can still happen with boutique firms which might be looking for very experienced candidates. So that's the whole very simple video on am I too late question for investment banking, which might be applicable for various kind of candidates. I hope this video was helpful, and if you like it, please do share the video, and I'll see you again next week again with another video. Bye bye.